Hello, good day, beautiful people. I am the Inspirational Lady Noble 365 Tarot. Welcome to my channel. I greatly appreciate you being here. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I trust you'll love this vibe, and everything you need to know about me is in the description below. This will be past, present, or future you or someone around you. Take what resonates and leave the rest for someone else. This is a general read. This is not a personal read. If you like a personal read, check out the description below. One moment. Remember that tarot is a tool. It is not the final rule. It's a good idea to have an empty cup when you are on Lady Noble's channel. You really want to see what's up, okay? The card I have here, collective, is silence your inner critic. It's time to silence your inner critic, okay? I like to read both sides. The back side says, tell that little douchebag voice to pipe down. Tell that little douchebag voice to pipe down. It's time to silence the inner critic. Any kind of energy, mindset, or maybe there's some kind of energy that is nagging you, making you feel critical of yourself, making you feel that you can't do what you're supposed to do, you don't qualify, you're not good enough. Spirit is saying it's all a lie. And sometimes we have to tell the ego to simply pipe it down, shh, keep it down a bit. Hey, ego, shut up. Sometimes you have to do that, okay? This inner critic could also come from, for some, not for all, this inner criticism collective could also stem from maybe something that someone around you could be saying to you. You could have family or friends who are body shaming you, maybe someone critiquing you on your weight, someone calling you overweight. This could be something from your childhood, maybe people just being disrespectful and cruel. And even though you have moved on and you are an adult now, those things are seeds of doubt, they still have impacted your life. And so that inner critic are from the negative seeds of doubt that may have been projected onto you as a small child or even in your adulthood, okay? Or you could have a group of friends. This could be family, friends. This also could be a spouse, okay? Someone's in a relationship with a spouse who likes to critique their weight or likes to kind of break their spirit, okay? And the reason they do this, this is someone with narcissistic tendencies. They want to break your spirit so that they can control you and make you feel that you're lower than or you're not good enough. Yeah, so it's all a trick. It's not true. It's not real. You're beautiful. You're handsome. You're the ish. Don't believe it, okay? All right, so yes, it's time to silence that inner critic, okay? You are beautiful, you are handsome, you are worthy, and you need no one or to allow anyone to make you feel less than, okay? You are beautiful, okay? And the card that we have here is art, okay? And so with this art card here, and I see the temperance mural painted on this wall here. This represents Sagittarius energy. You could have Sagittarius placement in your chart, but this also represents being balanced. And so there's a need for you to silence the inner critic, tell that little douchebag to drop it, pipe it down, okay? Because it's all a lie. It's not true. This is energy that has been projected onto you from people maybe teasing or mocking you. Like I said, from a childhood through an adulthood. This could also be you tending to compare yourself from this projection. And so Spirit wants you to know that what was done to you was actually energy of how these people felt about themselves. So usually when you come across someone who wants to break people's spirit or make them feel low or less than, it's because that's how they feel about themselves. And so rather than do the work of healing or releasing their anger or hostility, they carry it with them like it's a set of luggage, a Gucci luggage set. Okay. Maybe somebody has a Gucci luggage set. That just came up. Okay. They carry it around with them like luggage, instead of doing the healing, and they just project onto different relationships and different people around them in their lives, whether this is people they know or people they don't know. But I'm picking up someone trying to break your spirit, okay? Friend, family member, lover, husband, wife, sibling, cousin, aunt, uncle, mother, father, okay? So whenever you come across this energy, they're saying, remember, that's not you, it's about them. Okay? Whenever someone tries to make you feel bad, try to antagonize you in any way. People often, once if you go into observation, you'll find that often when people communicate, just listening to people speak, people reveal a lot about themselves, their insecurities and who they really are. Spirit is saying, Okay, what else collective need to know about this self-esteem, this inner critic? What does collective need to know? Okay, thank you. One second, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. All right, we got the high priestess right away. Okay, so the reason you have been under attack regarding your looks, who you are, being mocked, being teased, whether this is, ooh, it's coming fast, slow it down. The reason you have been being teased, mocked, made fun of, whether it was in your childhood or through adulthood, is because with this high priestess energy, um, there is someone who knows how powerful you are. Someone who knows how smart you are. They know about your potential, even as a small child. And so they feel like if they can break your spirit, they can stop you from meeting your mark. They can stop you from maintaining your balance. They can stop you from gaining more wisdom and more fruitful situations in your life. They can stop you from being the one that withholds, hidden knowledge as well. You're very smart. You're very intelligent and confident. You could be someone who often felt like you were the black sheep of the family or felt like an outsider, but this is because you're very intelligent. You're someone who's like a sponge. You enjoy learning. Okay, and maybe the people around you and your upbringing were very different from who you are, and that's okay. But there's a fear. I'm getting there. There's a fear. There's always been a fear of you progressing in life, and so that's why repetitively you experienced it in your childhood. Then, as you became a teenager, maybe the children, people at school, maybe pick with you, body shame you. Then maybe you had maybe boyfriends or girlfriends, relationships who tried to attack you as well. The reason this was done repetitively like that is because it was a fear of your gift, of the reason you were brought here. This high priestess energy is a very high card. This is someone very spiritually inclined and in tune, very well balanced, not very much a chatty patty, knows what to share and what to keep on reserve. But you were around a lot of dark energy in your upbringing. And it was meant for you to experience all the things you have endured, even though it was painful and it was not comfortable for you. It was to bring you to the point in the status that you are in now. I'm picking up that you have walked away. You have walked away from a lot of these people who helped create these seeds of doubt that has that inner voice sometimes making you feel as if you're not able and capable. And so it would be a good idea for you to get into doing some cleansing, maybe some spiritual baths and doing some cleansing work on your home and on yourself, and also create some affirmations and do some grounding work. There's many things you can do. These are things you can do on your own. These are things you can do in private as well. But you've already separated from these people, but you're still feeling or hearing that small voice telling you that you can't. Well, you actually can, because see, the temperance energy here, which represents the Sagittarius placement here, as they pull that liquid from vase to vase, that is representing taking the old, the new, the good, the bad, the happy, and the sad, and changing that pain into pleasure, changing that salt into sugar, transmuting all the negative experiences, whether it's new or old, bad or bold, and changing it into something that will work for you, harnessing that negative energy. This is like someone becoming an author and writing self-help books on how to heal and how to overcome. I'm not saying you have to do that. I'm just naming some examples. This is like someone becoming a teacher, a therapist, a coach. Okay, I'm just naming certain things. So it's possible for you to transmute this energy, and spirit wants you to look into that. And not just because I'm saying it, as I always advise, do some research on transmutation and also clearing your energy in your aura. There's many things you can do for that, but there's a need for you to get in the habit of constantly cleansing your aura, maybe constantly doing spiritual baths, doing those affirmations so you can transmute this energy. This is old residual things. that could be you could be harnessing within you, but it needs to be surrendered. It needs to be released. Not in denial, saying it's not there. You know it's there. Like I said, this is a personal, private thing between you and the divine, you and your higher self, the Christ within. And so it's time for you to tap into that energy. Okay. And so it's time for you to be courageous, with the Knight of Wands here. Have the courage and be courageous to begin to heal yourself. Begin to surrender because you're not with these people or around these people, whether it was a lover, a friend, a family member, a co-worker, a neighbor, no matter who it was. You're no longer dealing with these people. So Spirit is saying at this point, the only thing that needs to be done is you applying the work to yourself, because this throne here, you deserve to be here. You deserve to be balanced. This is your destined energy. So remain optimistic about your present as well as your future. Immediately when I touched this card, I heard they're afraid. Fear. They're afraid because this is who you are. This is your nature. This is part of your higher self. Okay, coming into the knowing of thyself, being very independent and disciplined. Okay, very well versed, very well learned. Okay, I'm hearing you're a spontaneous learner. You like to dive in areas that others may not find interesting, and that's okay. But you're no longer dealing with these people. So have the passion and the courage to begin to do the work. Once again, with the Queen of Pentacles, so that you can rest on your throne. You deserve to be in this energy. And so all that needs to be done is surrendering. That's all that needs to be done is the surrendering here, so that you can be comfortable and enjoy your material wealth and your abundance. Okay? No one gets to the throne without earning the right of passage, and you have earned it. You have survived it. But those small little voices and little seeds of doubt, they sprout when you are maybe trying to apply for a job, or you're dating someone, or maybe you're getting dressed to go somewhere, or you're looking at your body and you're starting to body shame yourself, thinking you're not good enough when you're perfectly fine the way you are. This is just an avatar of this body that we are in. There's nothing wrong with taking care of your health. There's nothing wrong with taking care of yourself. But Spirit is saying for you not to beat yourself down, male or female. You are beautiful and handsome. And I'm not just saying that just to get you to be in agreement with this read. It is true. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And let me tell you something. We are always in the energy of evolution. Metamorphoses are constantly taking place around us. Change is always happening. I say this all the time. Our body will also change. Okay? And that is normal. It's a natural state for the avatar. It is a natural state for the human species. Things will change. The Spirit wants you to get in the energy of loving yourself, all of you. Never mind what people are saying. Never mind the critics. They will always be there. They're part of the process of your growth and your development. But for you to learn to love all of you, but surrender this and get into the habit of loving you. Get you some affirmations. Do you some meditation, some prayer. Find 3 things and do them in rotation. It is time. You have been waiting for some kind of relief in your life of this burden of feeling this way, and it's not your energy. It's the projection that was placed on you. And these people that have done this is how they feel about themselves. If they were talking about your weight, calling you fat, guess what? They feel fat. If they said you were ugly, guess what? They feel ugly. So because they feel that way and they don't want to help themselves, what else they going to do with that energy projected onto everyone around them? Okay, and these could be people who do this to a lot of people. You're not the only one who has endured this, Spirit is saying. Okay, hurt people hurt people. They want to interrupt your growth and development. With the High Priestess out here and the Queen of Pentacles, they want to interrupt. You're very intelligent and confident. They know this about you. Your family know how smart you are. And like I said, you may have felt very different, very unorthodox, one of a kind, like an outsider in your family. They may have called you a nerd or a bookworm, or you're square, or you're this and you're that. No, you're just high vibrational, And unfortunately, your family just low vibe, and that's not your fault. Okay, when they should have been lifting you up and saying that's wonderful. I like how you read books. They should have been lifting you up and being inspired by it. But it's okay, because now okay, with the Six of Pentacles, that moving forward, not to deal with anyone unless they have reciprocity, unless they believe in equal give and take as well. And so in the past, you were breadcrumbed in many relationships, possibly, as well as I was saying, someone was in a relationship, possibly where a lover maybe tried to make you feel insecure about your appearance, about your body, or about whether you can please them or not. That's part of the read, okay? Male or female, people will say that, But the funny thing is, if somebody ain't pleasing you, what you here for? Joke's on them. Let that marinate. If somebody ever told you that you can't please them, BS. What were they dealing with you for? You had to please them at one point or another. Come on now. But this person wanted to break your spirit, okay? Not knowing that everything that they put you through, these family members, lover, friends, whomever this was, they were all building blocks. And so that's what spirit wants you to do, to surrender it and prepare to do the healing work. You can harness all that pain, and you can transmute it and use it as building blocks, to restructure your life, restructure your well-being, so that you can sit on your throne where you belong and straighten your crown. Okay? You are not stuck. You are not blocked. There's nothing holding you back. Know that you are loved and you are not alone. Okay? It is a good idea to learn to rely more on the spiritual than the physical. We know physical things will perish much faster than the physical. Okay? And so with the Knight of Cups, you could have maybe a new love interest coming in. This could be someone that is different. So you want to be mindful and make sure that you're doing the work. Take your time. There's no rush, collective. Affirmations, meditation, prayer, you can choose what works for you, okay? Meditation, prayer, getting out, grounding yourself. These things are simple. They only take moments to do. You can start a gratitude journal. All these things will lift your spirit, maybe smudge and cleanse your home. There's a lot of things you can do when it comes to spiritual cleansing. Simple things that doesn't cost a thing, doesn't cost a dime, but there's a new love interest, that is being prepared to come your way. And so there's no need for you to rush this process. You can take your time. Like I said, maybe find 3 things and do them in rotation. You don't have to do them every day. Just one thing, maybe every other day or whenever you feel the need. Okay? But you want to be ready when this new love interest come in. Okay? Love is in the air. This is my second read talking about love. And this person believes in chivalry, very romantic. This person is coming to offer reciprocity, okay? This person wants to do equal give and take. They want to give balance, okay? With the heart chakra open in alignment, they're ready to love. And spirit wants you to be ready and not make a mistake of pushing this opportunity away. Not saying that another one won't come about, but you don't want to push away a good candidate, okay? If you choose to, that's okay. Doesn't mean it's the end all be all. But you don't want to push away a good candidate and a wonderful opportunity, okay? This person is someone who is a leader as well, okay? With the Emperor energy here, someone well respected, okay? If they don't have a job where they are in authority, this could be someone who's an entrepreneur, or they're just well respected as a leader. They're very resourceful, very independent, hardworking, and people in their community or in their family may look at them as a leader, okay? Very responsible, whomever this new person is, okay? Very romantic as well. And this isn't someone who's going to try to make you feel bad or body shame you. This is someone who's going to compliment you. Okay, and I'm pretty sure you will compliment them in return. So this is the end of conflict. This is the end, of you holding on to old conflict. This is the past energy that the collective is choosing to surrender and move forward, working towards progress, coming out of your emotions and recognizing the two cups that are behind you. Yes, life may have dealt you some hands that were unfavorable, but there is still life in these two cups. And that's what the Five of Cups is about. The moment that this person lifts their head and turn around, they'll see that all hope is not lost, that this is just something that occurred, but it's not the end all be all. And these cups are waiting like, hey, we're back here. We're waiting for you to pick us up. Okay. So with the full energy, it's time to be courageous and choose yourself and bet on you, collective. Bet on you is the best thing you can do in order for you to see things turn in your favor with the Wheel of Fortune energy here. Things to turn in your favor with that Jupiter energy. This is good luck. This is expansion. This is philosophy as well. As I said, you could be someone who loves to learn, okay? Loves to read books, loves to you like doing research. You like learning new things, whoever you are. You're a spontaneous learner, I picked up earlier, okay? Yes, that Jupiter energy, great fortune, prosperity. So this new timeline, you're gathering with like-minded energy. You'll be meeting new people. And these aren't like the people of your past or in your upbringing, not even the person that you're dating, the friendships or the romantic part, okay? These are people who believe in teamwork. They believe in teamwork. They believe in gathering. They want to see you win. Okay, there are actually people out here who are supportive. Not to say that you're looking for that, but it's very, there's very few people who are not haters, but these people are some of those, collective. These are people who are going to want to see you win. They won't be trying to break your spirit or hoping for you to be out in the cold. Okay. These are people who realize to project negative energy, they know the repercussion of that. So they're not going to do anything to jeopardize their well-being. That's the fun fact about a hater. The energy that they project out, they're only jeopardizing their own well-being. They're only creating more karmic debt for themselves to clear in one way or another at whatever time it occurs. Okay? Yes, and we have the lover's energy, okay? All right, soulmate, kindred spirit. Like I said, you're being around kindred spirit, soulmate, like-minded energy. When I held this Three of Pentacles up, whether this is a business partner, romantic, or friendships, this is new people. So take time to do the work, collective. To do the work, even if it's just affirmations. Maybe you're not interested in it. Do affirmations. They do work with momentum over time. They do work. They do work. Preferably do them in the mirror. They do work. Okay? They do work. Yeah, these people wanted to be competitive and wanted you toiling with yourself on the inside. And there's no reason for you to toil. There's no reason for you to be indecisive. You're not blinded. You know who you are, and you're going to work towards that. You're going to work towards that. I'm claiming it for you. Confirmed. There's that love offer again. There's that love offer again. They're coming, collective. There's that 3 times confirmed. Soulmate. Passion, reciprocity. They believe in chivalry, romance. Okay? If you want to go out and dance in ballroom, they want to go out in ballroom too. Okay? You want your feet rubbed, they rubbing feet. Okay? You want them to cook for you, they cooking too. Whatever it is that you like doing, okay? But they're coming, so get ready, get ready. Not just with the outfit, but releasing and surrender. Releasing and surrendering. Doing the work. so that when this person compliments you, you don't frown at them. You can have a beautiful, gentle, sensual smile and say, thank you, darling. You look nice too. You look handsome yourself. Thank you. You know, you don't want to be rolling your eyes and giving them the fish eye because they bring you roses. You want to be open to receive and be in the right energy. That's for somebody, male or female. Okay. Male or female. Okay. You could have Libra or Taurus. I'll say Loris. You can have Libra or Taurus in your chart. Okay. This is that Venusian energy here. Okay. All right. This is Venus. Okay. Very nurturing, loving, caring. This is the energy that you're going to transmute from doing the healing work. This is the energy that you are transmuting yourself into. Okay? From doing the work on yourself. Nurturing, caring, abundant, loving, spiritually inclined, in tune. The more that these vibes get poured back and forth, the more balanced you will become. The more that you choose to do the work on yourself, okay? And this is your confirmation. The universe is saying this is the time. Do the work and prepare for a new love opportunity. Those seeds of doubt, those small voices that be in your head, that is not your energy, okay? That is energy that was projected onto you from your past. Maybe you thought you were over something and you healed from it. And it may be some residual there. And you know what? That ain't a problem. Just clean it up. Okay, that ain't a problem. Get the broom, get the dustpan, and get rid of it. It ain't a problem at all. Okay? Later.